5 USA culture shocks as an Australian living in America. I'm excited to see these culture shocks. I'm ready for a video to, I don't know, get me into that culture mindset of living in America, especially Texas. But I want to know what's different. So I'm not just like being like a headless chicken. Let's press that space bar and get into it.
As you may know, I recently moved to America from Australia to become a Division 1 athlete in track and field and cross country. And as much as I'm having a great time here, there definitely is some culture shocks. I've been writing them down since I've been here, but I thought we could go through them because some of them are crazy. They would send Australians into a coma. They sent me into a frenzy. If there's anyone here that I haven't covered or you want to know about, let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Maybe I can do another video. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right. Everything is plastic. Let me show you. The cutlery, yeah, you would not find that in Australia. Everything is like bamboo, cardboard, plastic straws. They're still a thing here. When you go to the grocery store, you still get plastic.
You guys still have plastic? Not saving that environment. I mean, it's so annoying because we still have, we don't have any plastic anymore. It's kind of annoying. It's harder to eat stuff without plastic, but plastic is bad for the environment.
Bags. There's none of like the paper ones where everything falls out. Aside from the environmental concerns, and I understand like the plastic's not good for the ocean, the turtles, whatever, I much prefer plastic personally. I feel like I'd much rather eat my food with a plastic fork than like a paper one. I don't know, it just feels better on the mouth. In Australia, I'm pretty much certain it's illegal to have plastic cutlery or like plastic straws served. But yeah, it's fine here. Next one is the road rules. I just thought every country had strict road rules, but it seems to be it's only really in Australia. There is very minimal red light cameras. There is like no speeding cameras. I never see police out doing like, you know how they do like the speed checks.
No speeding cameras, that can't be true. In Australia, so I live in Australia as well. So I'm a British guy living in Australia, moving to America. There are rules in Australia. There are police everywhere, speeding. The first time I ever got pulled over and the first time I got a ticket, I've now had 2 speeding tickets. And yes, you shouldn't speed, but it was only brief, whatever. It was in Australia. Stupid. I mean, not stupid, but it's annoying.
On the side of the road, never seen that. And people drive on their phones. And I know that happens back home in Australia, like people are like under the dashboard doing their phone. But people literally just sit at the lights, like having a scroll. And that's because there's no cameras at the stoplights. I mean, I don't really have anything against like all the speeding cameras and stuff at home because I think it makes it more safe. But all my American friends were so shocked when I was like, where are the lights? Like, why are there no speeding cameras on these things? They're like, what do you mean? We don't really have those. I'm like, oh, okay. You dead set can't drive a K without seeing a camera in Australia. Oh, this is another thing. Instead of give way, they say yielding. So you know when you like to the lights and you like give way to pedestrians, whatever? They yield. They call it yielding. My third one, I low-key did know, and I feel like it's a common thing when people think of America. Everything's bigger and there's more of everything. But when you go into the supermarket, there is so many options. I cannot even describe it. The cereal aisle, what? Wow. Half of it isn't even cereal. There's no way you could be eating that for breakfast. And like Oreos, why do we need 25 different flavors of Oreos? I went in the other day and there was Post Malone flavored Oreos. What is Post Malone's flavor? Actually, let me find it. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, like describe to me. There's also lemon Oreos, huh? And this is one that I love, is yogurts. So many flavors of yogurts. I've tried tiramisu, strawberry cheesecake, which actually slaps, banana pudding. Oh, we need that back home.
Make sure, the UK, we have literally nothing. We literally have a couple items on the shelf, like World War II rationing.
It is low-key though, overwhelming. How many options there are. You go in and it's like, whoa, like it's so different. I also forgot how much our brains are programmed to the things that we're used to. So like, you know when you go into your local like grocery store, like Coles or Woolies, for me, I know where certain things are in the aisles. I have no idea here. I'm literally walking around like a headless chook. Number 4, sticking on the foodie sort of trend, is obviously there's a lot of fast food in America, but the fast food to small business ratio, so different. Back home, most of the stores, especially like around where I live, were all small businesses. And you know, it's normal to like support local. There's just so many chains here. And I think it is something they struggle with because all the massive chains the residents are just used to, so they outcompete the small businesses and then they can't survive. I do want to preface by saying there is still restaurants and cafes that aren't like Dairy Queen or McDonald's, but I've just noticed that there's a lot fewer than there is in Australia. I also think that comes from the culture in Australia. People want to support local. I don't know. All right, my last one is self-explanatory, but it's still a major culture shock. The tipping. You do not tip in Australia. That's not a normal thing. If you do, it's probably because you like walk past a guy that like plays a guitar and you like chuck them a few coins. I've also kind of really struggled. I never know how much to tip or where to tip. If you go to a store like Nike and they help you and they're really lovely, I feel like I should be tipping them, but everyone's like, no, you don't. The general rule of thumb I've learned is about like 20%, like 15 to 20% at restaurants and cafes. And the way they do it is you order your food and then they come over at the end with a bill. It's got the price and then you write the tip and they take it like off the card. It's just so confusing. I would much rather just pay extra for the food and not have to tip so it doesn't like blow the lines. It's to do kind of with the wages. There's like a lower minimum wage in America than there is in Australia. So to compensate, you like...
Minimum wage Australia is about, in dollars, is about $15, $16 US, but minimum wage in the US is like $8, right? Yeah, there's definitely a problem with in America with minimum wage workers, but I'm sure there's benefits as well. That's why they do it, but I'm not actually too sure if anyone wants to tell me why. But I do not. I guess that's why there's a tipping culture actually. But what happens if you don't get tips on a job and you're on minimum wage? How do you survive? Do you have to get a better job? I don't know.
Tip? Why don't we just push up the wages? If only it was that easy for them. I'm sure there's a lot of political side to that. I know I said I was doing 5, but here's a few extra for the funsies. They call a chicken burger a chicken sandwich. It's not a sandwich. It's literally got a bun. It's a burger. You can buy medication at the supermarket or like in the Target. Oh, the Targets are a bloody culture shock. They're awesome. And I wish our Targets in Australia were like how they are here in America. And the last one is coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. However, I can tell a good coffee from a bad one. A lot of the internationals on our team here say that the coffee beans taste like they're burnt. They also use creamer, which is like a sweet milk. But those are my culture shocks since moving to America from Australia. This is in no way, shape or form slandering America. I love it here. It's awesome. Australia will always be home. I biasly think it's the best country in the world. But I'm so grateful for the opportunity to live here in America. And I wouldn't change it for the world. Let me know if you have any questions or videos that you want to see. Pop it in the comments below. If you could like and subscribe, that'd mean the absolute world. And I will see you in my next one.
Okay guys, well I live in Australia right now and I'm moving to America and I'm from the UK, so I'm going to do comparisons with all three, a few videos on that. When I'm in America I'm going to be doing interviews, street interviews, and also have a reaction video. So yeah, this was a good video. Yeah, please subscribe if you want to see more. Like the video, you know what to do. Thank you.